Hey guys, we're gonna go through these notes and make sure you get them tonight for class tomorrow. And all the notes are today is talking about how do we get equations of lines that are parallel or perpendicular to another line. So in all these examples, you're given an equation, and then you're also given another point. And then using that other point, it wants to know what's the equation for another line that's either parallel or perpendicular to the equation that was given to you. All right. So it's important you read the questions and the directions, and just so you get used to the vocabulary in these type of questions. So starting at the beginning of the notes, and it says write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. So again, we're given a point and we're given an equation, and we want to know in slope-intercept form what's the equation of the line that goes through our point. So we're going to have an equation that's going to be y equals mx plus b that is parallel to the equation that was given to us and goes through 9 in this case. So the first thing is to identify the parallel slope. Like we talked about yesterday, the parallel slope is the same slope. So if the slope is 2/5, parallel slope is going to be 2/5. Okay. The next thing is to identify the point, and what is your x coordinate? What is your y coordinate? Well, your x coordinate is 5. Your y coordinate is 9. Okay. Now we have the slope and we have a point. We can use point slope form. So again, point slope is y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Where we plug a number in for x, we have our slope, and we plug a number in for y. So let's plug those numbers in. We have y minus, our y value is 9. So y minus 9 equals, our slope is 2/5. So that's 2/5 times x minus, our x value is 5. Okay? Now, we have point slope, but we want slope intercept. Again, in the problem it says slope intercept. So we're trying to get y equals mx plus b. We got to get y by itself. Let's distribute, which is going to give us 2/5 x minus 2/5 times a negative 5 is going to be negative 2. And that equals y minus 9. Last step is to get this y1, to get this 9 on the other side. It's minus 9, so we're going to add 9. So we add 9. So we end up with y equals 2/5 x, and then negative 2 plus 9, that's going to be plus 7. I'm going to rewrite it over here because it's got a little small there. Y equals 2/5 x plus 7. There's the equation of the line that goes through the point 9 and is parallel to this line with the equation, and the slope is 2/5, 2/5. All right. The next example is the same thing with a different slope and different points. So again, identify the parallel slope. Parallel, there's our slope, so this is still going to be negative 2/9. Our x value is 18. Our y value is negative 10. Again, the first thing to do is plug it into point slope form. So if we plug it in, it's going to be y minus, our y value is negative 10. That equals our slope, which is negative 2/9, times x minus, our x value is 18. All right. This is so y minus negative 10, that's y plus 10. Okay, so now we're going to go from this to slope intercept. So we're again trying to get y by itself. So let's distribute, bam and bam. So that's going to be y plus 10 equals negative 2/9 x. And then negative times the negative, that's going to be a positive. And 2/9 times 18, that's going to be 4. So it'll be plus 4. Okay, now let's get this 10. Okay, so here we are. We're good. Now let's get this 10 on the other side. We want y by itself, so it's plus 10. So we're going to subtract 10. Subtract 10. Your 10's cancel. You have y equals negative 2 over 9x. You have 4 minus 10. That's going to give you a negative 6. And there's your equation. The next page is doing the exact same thing. I mean, it's the same steps. The only thing different on this is now it's asking for a perpendicular line. Perpendicular. So instead of using the same slope, we have to use a perpendicular slope. And again, perpendicular, that's where it's the opposite reciprocal. You flip it and change the sign. So if in this case, it gives us a slope as 1/3. Well, a perpendicular slope, which that's the sign for perpendicular, 90-degree angles. Perpendicular slope, we flip it so it becomes 3 over 1. This one's positive, so we make this negative. So your slope is negative 3. Your x value is negative 3 as well, because that's the x value right here. X value, y value is 1. 1. Now we're in the same situation. Let's plug it into slope and point slope. We have y minus 1 equals, our slope is negative 3 times x minus our x1 is negative 3. So that becomes plus. Alright, so we're going to distribute. Boom and boom. So we got negative 3x. Negative 3 times a positive 3, that's going to be negative 9. So that's going to be minus 9. And that's going to equal y minus 1. Okay, get this. We got to get y by itself, so we got to get this 1. That's a minus 1, so we're going to add 1. Add 1. You have y equals negative 3x, and negative 9 plus 1, that's going to be minus 8. And there's your equation of the line that goes through negative 3, 1, and is perpendicular to the line of this equation. And again, we found the slope, we found the perpendicular slope, and then we used the same method. Plugged it into point slope. Last example, same steps. Perpendicular. So if it's perpendicular, identify the slope. It's negative 5. That's the same as negative 5 over 1. Flip it. And if this one's negative, this one will be positive, so your slope is 1/5. Your x value is 10. Your y value is negative 3. And here we go. We are rocking and rolling. So y minus, our y value is negative 3, so that's minus negative 3, equals, our slope is 1/5, times x minus, our x value is 10. This is plus. Now let's distribute. We have 1/5 x minus, because this is a positive, this is a negative, 1/5 times 10 is 2. And that equals y plus 3. Again, we changed it to plus because it was minus and negative. Alright, last thing to do is get 3 on the other side. Minus 3. You end up with y equals 1/5 x. Negative 2 minus 3, that's going to be minus 5. Alright, those are the notes. We've got equations for the lines that are parallel and perpendicular to a certain line and that goes through a different point. We'll talk about these tomorrow. I hope you have a good night. See you guys. Oh, crud. Okay. All right. Cancel. Okay, computer. All right. Now we're in business. Cancel. And where is Okay.